couldn't get pregnant and was getting very frustrated. And as Natalia said, it's very emotional. And decided to get more bang for my buck and went straight to IVF because I was using drugs already, so it wasn't going to cost me much more. And
we're talking a lot of money here.
I did IVF and only had 2 eggs that fertilized and 1 was Jada. So, you know.
Beautiful.
So in that sense, it was easy, but it was still hard, you know, as far as going through that process. For me, it was bad enough.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Real commitment. Huge commitment.
Being
Time,
a mother is
money,
commitment,
effort.
right?
Yes, it is. But you know, we look around at the rate of kids ending up for adoption. We look at people who have children out of control. You know, the old, she's a rabbit. It's just, or don't really know when to stop. Or, oh my God, how much welfare can she get? It's a roost. And then we look at women who really want children, and you either haven't met the right man, or you have and you can't have children, or the man's not around. Now, Jane, what do you tell your ladies, advise, counsel? What's the discussion point about if the woman wants to meet a man in her life? Because just because you have a child doesn't mean that you can't have your own social life. We know that.
Absolutely.
So what's your standpoint from Single Mothers by Choice in terms of counseling the moms? How do you tell a man on a first date, yes, I have a beautiful child and she was conceived in vitro and we won't meet the father for 18 years, so there will be another man coming in the life. You know, guess who's coming to dinner in 18 years? We have the table set. How do you break that news, Jane?
Well, actually, in some ways, it's a lot simpler than a divorced woman because there is no competition for the role.
Good point.
Some people say there's a job opening, which is true. If you're divorced, you know, there's the whole relationship with the father that becomes complicated. But in this case, there's a real spot available. And I do think some people find that it rules out the men who don't want a woman with a child, who, you know, wouldn't be suitable for us, obviously. But the more typical woman in her mid-30s has a child already, so this is nothing that different other than that there is room in the family.
Okay, and there it does behoove the man to appreciate the process, to buy into it, to say, I can live with the knowledge that a purchased sperm are the cause of this child, especially if the man adopts the child. I imagine he has to understand that nobody knows. You know, that's another wrinkle, pardon the expression. But anyway, so Jane, how do people join? We're not done yet. We have 8 more minutes. But let's talk about how do people find your organization, singlemothersbychoice.com, and we'll be showing that in the credits. But how do people approach you? What's the mindset? Is it with trepidation, that first edge of that little toe in the water? Is it an email from a Yahoo email that's kind of anonymous, like curious23@yahoo.com? Or do they identify themselves to you? How much help do people really want when they first come to you?
Well, the women, as you see, are very articulate, strong.
They're beautiful.
Women. And they usually have given this some thought and have read a lot and come in with either a lot of questions or with their minds already made up and just want some help from somebody who's been there and done that. It's really changed from the old days, and it is like the old days almost 30 years ago where people used to be afraid to even come into our meetings and were worried that there would be, you know, God knows what kind of people in the room. These days they say they know somebody. Almost everybody knows somebody who did this by now.
Now let's talk about ages. Youngest member you're aware of, oldest member you're aware of.
Well, our range has gotten both younger and older, interestingly.
That's what I figured.
Yeah, we have women in their late 20s now, which we never had, and we have women in their late 40s now.
Wow. Now, do you set up some kind of a mentoring program, or how does it work, Jane?
It's all very informal. The women find each other through our network is available to them, and it's there to be used. And everybody finds what they want in their own way. The local chapters are there. A lot of people go to those meetings. We also have the online support for anybody who wants to do it virtually. So it's a matter of really making an available network, and then people figure out what they want to get from it.
Now, I'm going to ask Natalia and Jamie, is there a chapter on Long Island? Because we are seen all over Nassau
Yes.
County in different channels, as I said. Are there chapters where people would be able to physically go to a meeting? Or is, okay, you want to suggest a chapter to people?
No, they've started recently. I know in Nassau County. I don't know how. you
Right, the
contact
Suffolk
Laura.
one started a while ago.
Right.
And there's also now one in Nassau
Nassau
County,
County.
just because the accumulation of numbers. I think previously everybody just went to the Suffolk ones because that's all there was. And
Right.
then there were so many
Right.
also in Nassau.
So what is the meeting like? You go for coffee
I've actually
to a
found
diner?
most of my support, interestingly enough, online. I've made a friend like in Atlanta who actually came to my baby shower.
Really?
Yeah, I'd never met her before, and she like wanted to fly in for that. So
Oh, nice. So you
yeah.
don't go to a physical
So
meeting?
I've been to a couple meetings just because I made another friend online in,
What's a
in
meeting
Nassau
like?
County.
Is
and
it just coffee at a diner somewhere?
she opened up her house, this woman Laura, and just really brought the kids play, have
we're-
some coffee,
We're
bring
actually pretty
snacks.
tight now in
Are you?
Suffolk. Yeah, we do other things besides the
What do you
monthly
do?
meetings.
Tell us.
But a monthly meeting would be at someone's house, or we've done it at zoos. We look for places because there's so many of us now that we don't fit in someone's house. But everybody brings a snack, something to drink, somebody who has adequate facilities, and the kids just play. And they play.
I hear some babies
that yours or
on the
mine?
outside
I don't
of the
know.
door are gonna come on in a
late.
second. Yes, it's late for them. It's late
But we
for
get
them.
together, and the kids get to play together, and as they get older, they play better and better and get more involved. I actually sat for 45 minutes last week while he played. I was
Sat
almost
quietly.
speechless. And we get a chance to exchange war stories. Who's on Match.com? Is anybody actually
Oh my
dating? How are you doing with the daycare? What am I going to do about these new bills? Several of the women have 2 children. Some of them both biological, one biological and one adopted. So everybody's always got a story of something new, something developing, somebody else new comes in. And then those of us who have been together for a while also do other things.
Let's bring the children on. Jane, what's the future of your organization? You're very strong. You're very big. Come, Jada. Leandro, come, sweetheart.
Come with Leandra.
Come on TV.
Come on.
We're going to see the other
back
member
on.
of the
Come here.
family.
Vente, papito.
Come here, sweetie.
Come on. Right here.
¿Quieres que
Nana can bring him on if you want. Come. Mommy will
Vente
take
con mami.
you. Oh, how
wanna
beautiful.
go right over the middle.
How beautiful.
Leandro's bilingual, actually.
Bilingual.
Yes.
Hello, Leandro. You're on television. Jane, we have the whole happy family here. We've got the beautiful Jada and the very handsome Leandro and their gorgeous moms looking at me kind of funny. They have no clue what's going on. So, Jane, as I was saying, what's the future of your organization? Are you around the country in branches, or are you?
Absolutely, yes. We hope that we will continue to be there for women who want to think about this or who want help in going through the process. And when the people go to our website, they can join right there, and then we refer them to their local chapter.
And Jane, do you see a lot of 2 mommy households? We had mentioned that before. Do you see 2 mommies who want to have a baby and they come to you as well, or
No, our
no?
group is really for single women who
Really
are not parenting with somebody.
We've got sound effects here. We've got
Yes.
3 minutes to go. We'll get
we-
through this, no problem.
Yeah.
I think he's going to take a walk.
Bonnie.
Yes.
Can we mention my blog?
Yes, of course. Jamie
Oh,
has a
thank you.
blog. Tell us about
Yes.
where do we find it and what's it about?
I've started writing on, there's a website called Motherhood Later, which is not necessarily for single moms, but for moms over 35. And it's a free website. There's meetings all across the country.
Give the name of the blog again.
And my blog is on it. It's motherhoodlater.com. And just
You're
click
part
on
of a bigger blog?
And I'm the single mom voice. So I post on Mondays, every Monday. And would love for people to check it out.
Lovely. And it's in our credits as well. Jane, we have 2 minutes and 24 seconds after we go out. Leandro, you want to go see your grandma? You want to go see your grandma? You could take a walk. He's going to go take. He was very, very good. Very, very. Oh, he's going to stick around and play with the beads. Okay. Yes, we'll do that too. That's fine. You want to take some beads with you? Beads, that's right. That's right. We have had children on the show before, and it's always a lot of fun. I can't thank you two enough for this. With your permission, I'd like to put the show on YouTube.
Oh,
All right?
Yeah.
And I'll send you the link so you can tell. Here it goes.